Welcome to part 5 of Sonic Forces.
Well, Blue Zone Com Forces now joined with Squirm Com Forces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Squirm, if you don't know, stands for Swashbuckling Council War Regiment Musketeers.
That's still a ridiculously long name, and you really should have called it that.
Yeah, well, that kind of has to do with our original team here and there. We've kind of gone through different seasons of teams, but now we have our more consistent and iconic one. The name just kind of stuck because it's a funny-sounding acronym.
We were supposed to be called Blue Sphere Comms, then we realized BSC, and like, oh wait, no.
You know, considering how YouTube tags works, that may have worked in your favor.
True, but no.
Okay, I really don't get it. Why did they feel the need to make Classic Sonic from a different dimension? And you know, okay, look. At first, I was okay with this, because, you know, this would mean it wasn't just going to be a Generation sequel, but no, they had to retroactively make the Sonic from Generations a different
I hate
Sonic.
this part, I hate this part, I hate this part,
Especially just right here. The momentum. They're worse than they were.
Oh, weird. I never had... Weird. I don't recall ever having that issue.
Really?
A lot of people have had that issue. Oh, gosh.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think it was because I instinctively pressed down and went into the roll, possibly. Oh,
yeah, but it's like, normally, that's not...
That should automatically, since you're going down the slope, even while running or, or spinballing, you should automatically be able to go.
Also, I'm surprised you didn't get the red ring back there. It's just
I don't care. They don't unlock anything.
Wait, they don't? I thought they did.
No, this is coming from a person who actually got all the red rings, all
S ranks,
all the moon medal, and all the S ranks. By the way, screw Shadow's last stage of getting an S rank. It's bullshit. So, yeah, it's not worth it. Do not waste your time 100%ing this game.
You know,
not even Supersonic.
It's weird. Well, Supersonic's DLC.
I know, no.
We live in a world
I should have
where
gotten something.
We live in a world where Supersonic is DLC. How about that?
Honestly, Dage, at this point, I'm not surprised. I mean, look, the darkest thing has already happened. Bubsy's back from the dead.
Hey, I'll give Sega credit for this. They didn't add loot boxes for the Avatar system.
Thank God.
And this invincibility theme does sound rad.
It's okay. I actually do like it, even though I really think most of the classic music is terrible in this game.
It's really the best version of the classic sound or music effects from this game.
Speaking of which, a bit of clarification about the Green Hill Zone theme that Tomoya Ohanti said was not the full version. Yeah, apparently he was telling the truth in that it's not the full version of the tune. Some people thought that meant that, you know, it was going to be a completely different tune for the full release, but no, it's just the full version of the tune as opposed to the shorter version we heard in the beta.
That's something, I suppose.
They should have gotten T-Lopes for this.
They really should have for classic Sonic's music.
I have a bit of a theory about this, but I get the feeling that Sonic Forces is another example of Sega of Japan letting their egotism get in the way of things. Like, okay, you remember how back in the day when Sega Japan were jealous of Sega of America for making Sonic a big thing better than they could in their own home country?
And you know, it's funny to how this game was essentially dedicated to the Japanese audience, but it bombed in Japan.
Yeah, see,
even though that's where most of the marketing was targeted towards.
See, like, it's been a recurring problem. Like, you know, first there was the Sega Saturn, and we all know how that went with Sega Japan trying to get the one up on Sega of America. Then came Sonic 06, which was Sega of Japan trying to reboot Sonic to a more proper way after Sega of America dared to make Sonic a big thing with Sonic Heroes and Shadow. Shadow not as much, but even still, you get where I'm coming from. And now we have this, where, you know, of course, Sega Japan were probably mad at Sega of America because of stuff like Sonic Mania and Sonic Boom. And yeah, while Sonic Boom wasn't the best in the games department, it has gotten quite a following in the TV show department. I get the feeling that, and yeah, of course, we have the news that originally this was supposed to be centered around the Avatar more than Sonic.
Which makes more sense. Although, I still think it was supposed to be Boom Sonic at one point. at one point.
The only reason I don't agree with that is that, again, Sega of Japan seem to really have a hate boner for any time Sega of America sees success.
Wasn't Boom essentially Sega Japan's way of strengthening Sonic's popularity in the West, though?
Yeah.
It was Sega of Japan's fault. I guess they just decided, well, Boom, like, look at how the Avatar plays, and
He has somewhat of the moveset of Boom Sonic, like with the whiplash.
I know
and
this-
the whip.
I know this sounds like a conspiracy, but how much you want to bet Sega of Japan kind of put Sonic Boom into Sega of America's laps with the hopes that they would fail, if only to try and humiliate them? Because let's be quite honest, Sega have not supported Sonic Boom the TV series at all.
Oh, now you finally admit that.
No, well, Deji, I've always been saying that that.
No. All you've been doing is blaming CN, which, of course, they do hold the most of the responsibility. It's like, the official Twitter doesn't talk about this show that much. It's like, wow, wait. And it's funny, they follow Ian Flynn and Evan Stanley, but they don't follow the writers of the cartoon.
True. Yeah, I'll admit back then I didn't have the full picture, but yeah, I'll admit. Yeah, Sega are definitely the show, but now I now know more specifically. It's Sega of Japan, I think, that calls the shots with a lot of stuff. Like, it's not just that. Remember how during Sonic Forces where Aaron Weber said that as far as he knew, they had no plans to release a demo, yet conveniently, not too long after, oh, here's Sega of Japan out with a demo. Oh, I hate Sega of America looking so stupid.
And the demo was only 1 minute long. And then people defended it, saying, "Oh, that's just to give you a taste of the game without beating the whole."
I really hate that person. I'm not going to mention the name, but I really hate that person.
No.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Anyway, here's the Metal Sonic boss fight. It's fun.
I like this theme, and I actually do like this fight. Also, I was kind of surprised that they brought back the US theme.
I'm actually kind of glad. Even though I prefer the Japanese version, I'm glad that they did something different.
Yeah. I mean,
it's ironic that the Sonic Mania was made by the Western team, and they used the Japanese theme, whereas this one's made in America and in Japan and they used an American theme.
And I will admit, this has actually made me warm up to the US theme in general, because this remix is pretty baller.
I prefer the Generations one.
The US one?
Yeah.
True, yeah. I guess
and so, in case you're wondering why Metal Sonic is giant, it's a reference to Sonic Extreme. That is actually neat. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is a mixture of Infinite and Metal Sonic just wanting to kill Sonic, because Metal Sonic be Metal Sonic.
No, but it's not the real thing. It's just an illusion, which I don't get.
It has a personality, and it's
why make an illusion of something that's not real?
Funny, Sonic even comments on that.
The whole idea of illusions is kind of pointless, because it's like,
Phantom Ruby. The whole thing is the whole power of the Phantom Ruby is so.
It's an infinity. It's
inconsistent.
No, it's the mind and reality Infinity Stone combined into one, except worse.
I mean, it's so weird. I mean, honestly, it was such a missed opportunity because, Zavok actually seems to be better than he was in Lost World, and I thought, wait, if they can make him better, maybe they could have made the Deadly Six better as a whole. Oh, wait, no, it's not real.
They can make them better. The problem is they were just overhyped, like Infinite.
Yeah, and that also reminds me how, with Lost World, apparently Pontaff got rushed in the story department. Go figure.
Is it safe to say that this game is kind of rushed as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Let's see, only like one full year of development on the actual game as opposed to the engine. I mean, don't get me wrong, the engine turned out mighty fine, but the game suffered for it by focusing more on that.
And people are speculating, Sonic Team must be working on a greater game. But we said the same thing with Lost World, and look at what we got.
I mean, I can definitely see the idea that there's probably going to be a new Sonic game like on the horizon not too long from now, because with how this game feels, it feels way too short. Unless they actually have a DLC plan going, but screw that. They never seem to give Boost Gameplay the DLC it could use except for Unleashed.
I did hear a rumor that that they might consider adding more DLC.
Yeah, true. I think it was Aaron. Oh wait, no wait. Actually, it's something based off of the manual. How they do mention future DLC, which suggests there could be more. And there is that long-running theory that we do have a true ending, since it turns out Mario Odyssey also has a true ending. Go figure, if you collect all 500 of those moon medals.
I'm almost
You
there.
don't.
I just need 20 more.
You don't.
No,
You get this. You get the same reward that you got for beating 100%ing Super Mario Sunshine, and that's all I'm going to say.
Postcard.
Well,
Hey, you know what?
Wait.
I'd rather take a postcard than nothing at all. I'm looking.
You're essentially getting nothing.
wait.
No, but you know what? Even again, a postcard, it's something. It may not be as grand as getting like new levels or a new character or a new setup, anything like that. But at least I got something. Here, I don't get jack. I don't get
Also,
jack.
here's the Persona 5 costume.
So I'm gonna assume you guys have both seen, the ending of Mario Odyssey.
We both beat it.
Yep.
But
So-
let's not talk about that game because
Yeah, true. I have so much to say about that ending, but you know what? Yeah, let's talk about this game. Yeah, this is.
This is like stage 20, even though they
This
showed
feels
off.
so out of place though.
And it's fun. And people were like, "Oh, it's still like an early level." Like, no, it's not. I remember watching E3 footage of this, and I was wondering, why are people struggling with the jumps? And like, oh, now I get
Yeah, I
it.
remember
But
seeing comments
jumps
saying,
are-
"Oh, this player sucks at the game." I was like, "Well, you don't know that."
No, like the jump for the avatar really does is
No,
not.
just in
I think the
general,
thing
for
that
classic
didn't help
modern
was that.
Avatar.
I think the thing that didn't help is like, well, we were constantly getting a mixture of negative impressions, but also positive impressions. So
Also, I got that
You
river
are
by
so
complete
lucky you
accident.
didn't die on them.
I got that by complete
You are
accident. I
so
don't know
lucky. 'cause
how I
That is
did.
like one of the worst parts in this level.
be quite honest. Ironically, while a lot of people seem to hate it, the Lightning Wisp spawn turned out to be one of my favorites.
It's I don't know. It's not something I like particularly. I mean, I like it for getting rings, but for combat, no.
I guess I just really like it when I can, whip properly and use the light speed dash. I can get why people may not like it because of the full forward motion you do every time you use it.
Also, giant enemy crab attack weak point for massive damage.
Mighty Number 9 made that joke. This game had the decency not to.
I should have added "you never see it coming" here from Persona 5.
Uh-huh.
And behold, we're performing the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back trick.
Nice.
It works.
The Force Awakens is a good movie, guys. Shut up. It's not worse than the prequels. Just be quiet.
It's not really worse than the prequels.
It's a good movie, yeah.
I can
Yes,
see why some people may not care for certain plot elements, but it's by no means bad.
And also,
If you're gonna compare it to the prequels, the only prequel I would say it's on par with is Free, the best of the prequels.
I'm saying,
Phantom Menace is better now.
I'm just saying this right now.
Yes.
The reason why Rey was able to beat Kylo Ren was because he got shot in the back, and the movie explained several times how powerful Chewbacca's gun is. In fact, that should have killed him.
But Deji, you don't understand because Rey
No,
has
no,
zero training in the
And also-
lightsaber format.
Also, the movie established that Rey can fight.
Here's the thing. I disagree with that because yes, she knows how to fight with a bow staff. That's an entirely different story. But when you're learning with a sword type weapon, I mean, you just can't because I have experience with this weapon. I have experience with any other kind of weapon.
Okay, explain to me how Luke was able to defeat Darth Vader and actually blow up the Death Star.
Well, here's the thing. Luke was
yeah,
doing it via ship flying, not in hand-to-hand
it's
sword
still
combat.
BS.
Yeah.
Again, wait, are you talking about New Hope or Return of the
Yes,
Jedi?
New Hope.
See,
Well,
here's
remember,
the...
Han shot Darth Vader and caught him off guard.
Well,
so,
Deji, when you think about it, isn't like one of the major complaints of 7 that it's kind of like to a T?
It's
For
not
better
to
or
a
for
T,
worse.
but
Raise a mercy.
Okay, look. I don't really care for how Ray kind of usurped the hero's role, but I don't find her a Mary Sue.
She's not.
I don't know. It's just one of the people that call her a Mary.
I will say this, though. God dang was the marketing misleading having us think that Finn was going to be the Jedi, you know, since he's the one who holds a freaking lightsaber.
No, I knew that Rey was going to be the main character. It was.
I would have been fine if it was just both of them, like,
yeah.
lightsaber combat, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You know, Finn's probably going to be the Han Solo.
See, this is how anticlimactic this game is. We were talking about Star Wars.
Oh, no. I have plenty to say about this game, but I don't want to conflict with you guys too much.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I conflict with Marcos all the time.
Go right ahead. That's what I love about it. If you like this thing, cool. I would like to hear your thoughts. It makes the conversation for this commentary interesting.
Okay, I will say this. This level does also give off some new mechanics, you know, like, for instance, the pouring liquid here and there. That I do like. I mean, you know, also how you time it as well. Although I will say if this has shown anything, it's that, yeah, Sonic Team, can we tone it down with the 2D in modern Sonic?
What's the point of bringing back Classic when his main drawback is, oh, he's 2D.
I'm gonna be.
But then you have modern, and he's like he still has a large percentage of two. No, oh, do you know how many minutes of 3D there are in this game? 15.
Oh God.
I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, okay, technically it's a video of how much it is meaningful here and there, but for some reason. Oh right, I would always try to go down the middle on that last bit. Yeah.
I didn't trust myself there.
It was always weird, but yeah, I mean, I would say that the 3D here, it's really weird. I mean, you know, it really depends on what you consider fun 3D or not. I really don't find this game to be too automated, but I will say that there is quite a bit here and there. I guess the reason it doesn't bug me as much is because the spectacle with the cutscenes is nice here and there. And hey, at least it ain't like Knack, where you literally need a cutscene almost every time you have to jump off a long ledge.
When Azuka said that Classic Sonic would pretty much play like how he did in Generations, except with a twist, I was expecting for them to make him playable in 3D just to see how that would have worked.
But Deji, he technically is.
That doesn't count. You're still controlling modern.
Although I will say this,
also, someone needs to mod that. Just instead of having modern, classic, and Avatar, just have it modern Sonic, Mario, and Crash Bandicoot. Just do that.
That would be awesome. Crash Bandicoot takes the Avatar's place, and Mario takes classic Sonics?
No. Crash takes classics, considering throwing rocks. The Eggman boss fight is essentially Koala Kong.
Huh. I guess, but I mean, Crash is more 3D oriented, but I see your point. Okay, I like this tune, but god dang, that opening to this song was stupid for a Death Egg one. Like, it sounds so weirdly upbeat at the start. I mean, yeah, now it sounds fine, but ugh.
I find this stage to be pretty bland. Like when I played it the first time, I was like, whatever. I was just done with the game. I didn't care anymore.
I mean, I like the game, but I'll be quite honest. Classic Sonic here, I mean, okay. Speaking as someone who was A-okay with Classic Sonic in Generations, I mean, obviously I had more fun with Modern, but Classic could still be fun. Here he's
just an afterthought. He has no reason being here.
Story-wise and gameplay-wise.
Gameplay-wise,
like at least with Generations. At least with Generations, it was an... Yes, this is also an anniversary game, technically. But this Generations was meant to celebrate the history of the series. And for fans both old and new. This is just... There's no consistency. It's like, okay, do we want to have a game where Eggman essentially takes over the world and Sonic has to fight back? Oh, but let's have a game with an avatar. So you create your own custom character. But let's add classic Sonic so we can do this Generations thing again, except not really. Like make up your... It's like there's 3 different ideas in one.
I'm gonna be quite honest.
They don't mesh well together at all.
Had Classic Sonic not been in this, imagine what more we could have done with Modern Sonic, the Avatar, and Tag Team stages. Like, we could have made the stages longer, or we could have had more of them.
Honestly, the game probably would have been a little bit better.
I still think that maybe if they had gone to essentially the full out Generations 2 route and just added Boom Sonic, I'd be less skeptical. Because it's like, okay, yeah, free Sonics, whatever.
Oh, speaking of Sonic Boom, if Sonic Boom does go under, I want them to salvage Styx.
Yeah, I think she will, considering how they brought her into the Olympic Games for some reason. Oh yeah, you know how in the Zavik boss fight, it turns out that there are civilians inside?
And they're cheering you on during the fight?
Yeah, so, you know what?
Let's assume that we rescue them?
No. Nope. We didn't.
No.
So we're gonna Sonic Colors DS this.
Wait, what do you mean?
You know how a lot of Sonic's friends come to the amusement park, but we never see them escape before the amusement park's blown up? Roger Vanderway also mentioned that in his parody of Sonic Colors.
Sonic left his friends to die, yep.
Oh, so pretty much what the Sonic series has been since
this effect looks like crap. Like, seriously, this explosion effect looks terrible.
A Lucasfilms production.
No, Lucasfilms production looks better.
Just roll the Star Wars credit.
Marcos, have you seen the holiday special and how terrible that looks?
There's a reason why George Lucas.
We don't talk about that film because that film never happened, and George Lucas hates that film, so never happened.
And that's saying something.
You heard what he said, right? How he said if he had the ability to like
he would hunt down every copy with an axe.
Yep, and destroy it. Yep.
Okay, Eggman in this game is weird. For the most part, he's good and fine, but
it's just a missed opportunity for a game that he's essentially won. They don't really go all out with it,
right? You don't see Eggman gloating about how
over
the world,
or what he's doing with the world. It's just like this doesn't feel Eggman-ish. It just feels
like I'll give him credit. I mean, well, he's smart enough, definitely, and he has backup plans. That's nice. It's just we don't see much of him. Well, yeah, like you said, we don't see much of him gloating. I mean, okay, thankfully, it's nothing like 06. He's still the Eggman we know. It's just... Okay. You know what Sonic Unleashed did with Eggman Land? Do that for this whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's nice that, with some of the old classic stages, we do get to see changes here and there because of his tyrannical rule. So... I wish we could have seen more in the cutscenes about that.
Right, and that's what kind of pissed me off at the beginning of this game, is that once we see Sonic being defeated, and then we just get the transition, and then Eggman took over the world. The end.
I just don't understand how they could be I can't believe that they thought they could get away with being so transparently lazy. Like, come on, guys. Again, goes to my fear that Sega of Japan again are just trying to make Sega of America look bad, only this time it backfired for Sega of Japan. Like, let's be quite honest. Out of the three Segas, Sega of Japan did Forces, Sega of Europe
did nothing at all. Just like Sega
No. They did something, Deji. De Nouveau.
You know the game isn't doing so well on Steam
because of De Nouveau. Like, seriously, big shock. People.
No, but even then, Mania had sold 100K. This one is like it's less than 2,000K.
See, here's the thing with Mania.
200K.
Here's the thing with Mania.
20K.
It was kind of mentioned like at the last minute to the point where the game had to be delayed. Whereas with Forces, we knew well in advance, and that didn't exactly help Forces' reputation.
Yep. So what you're saying is Sonic forces Sega back to the drawing board.
Basically, what I'm saying is that out of the three Segas, Sega of America is the one who seems to have their heads on right.
We'll see. Anyway, see y'all next
hey,
part.
they supported Sonic Mania. That's definitely.
But that
a
was
good start.
Azuka.
Azuka is with
Well,
Sonic
Azuka
Team of
approved
America,
Sega of
remember?
America to work on it, like Christian Wyatt and stuff. So there, you're.
Also,
There you
word is that Nakamura is the head of Sonic Team back in Japan, while Azuka is heading them in America.
Wait. They got the guy who directed 06.
Okay, look,
We're screwed. We're fucked.
just gonna say, there's a lot of history behind that.
Oh yeah, of course. It's not entirely his fault, but it does say something how he disappeared for a while and went on to make a new IP with Rhythm Thief, which I heard is a really good game.
Mhm.
But then it's like, okay, yeah, I'm back on Sonic.
It's just when you have something like that on your resume, there's going to be some conflict or some uneasiness.
I acknowledge that 06 did not turn out the best it was, but I will say this. I do think, given the situation he was placed into, Nakamura did honestly try with 06. But, that's probably best saved for an 06 commentary or another part of this.
Anyway, see y'all next part.
See ya.
Sweet.
All right, then.